Hey guys, so I have been working on bagging orders today because a lot of my orders are starting to come in from last month, and I have been bagging orders, making little packets that include the join special, the summer collection brochure, and of course samples. And I made some samples last night while I was watching Jill's Zoom, which if you have not watched that yet, it's a great Zoom to go back and watch because it's a new consultant one. It's talking about all the basics. So make sure you go back and you catch that. I think she posted the replay already on the team page. So make sure you catch that. Tag your teamies that are new. And even if you're not new, it's a great one just to tune into and to kind of get a recap on everything. But I was getting ready to come back in the kitchen to make more samples, and I wanted to share with y'all how I make my samples when I'm needing a lot of samples, like bulk samples, quick. So I used to melt all my samples down, all my wax down, and then I used to pour them into a mold, let them dry, get hard, put them in the freezer, then get them out, pop them out, put them in bags. I mean, you're talking an hour to make some samples, and I just don't have an hour. I'm needing my samples now. So I'm going to show you how I make them, and I've already done a few, but all I do is I pop the wax out, put the whole entire bar in the microwave for about 10 seconds, and that just kind of helps loosen up the wax, just kind of makes it a little bit more flexible where it's not so hard. And once I get it out the microwave, I just break them up in cubes, and I've already done a few that I just wanted to show you. And it's not about the prettiness of them, because you are really just wanting to get this scent in your customer's face so that way they can smell it. So you don't have to have it all fancy. If you still want to melt down your wax, that's completely fine. They are super cute, but if you have the time to do them, that's fine. But to me, I want to get as many as I can, as quick as I can. This is a Pampered Chef paring knife. I love this Pampered Chef paring knife. I used to use a crinkle cutter. It broke, so I use this instead. I use these knives for like everything. Open up boxes. I have multiple. Some that I use for food, some that I use for other things. But you just take it and you simply just cut. When you put this in the microwave for a few seconds, it's going to get it where it's going to make it easy just to cut up in little cube chunks. So this is literally all I do, and I get about 3 samples out of 1 cube. So we have 8 cubes, 8 times 3. You get about 24 samples per pack of wax. So super simple, super easy. That's how I do them. Just simply cut. You'll get 3 out of each cube, and there you have it. So, and then what I do is I put them in little baggies like this, and I can post the link to these baggies. But you can actually just open them, stick your wax cube down in there, reseal it back, and then with the Scent of the Month kit, I get the stickers. So I just peel a sticker off, pop it on there, and then you have cute little wax samples. Your customers don't need the cute little samples, they just need to smell it, so this works perfect. Last night I did 2 bars, and so today I'm doing 1 more bar, and that way I'll have them to go in my orders. And I'll also show y'all the little packets that I'm putting together to go in all of my customer orders that include the Join Special and the Summer Collection. And then I'm putting the sample and the Scent of the Month flyer in as well. So one important thing you want to remember about making samples. Making samples is not an income producing activity. This is not going to make you money unless you follow up with whoever you give samples to. I don't care if you put them in your order bag, or if you're mailing them off, or if you're handing them out. You have to follow up on the samples that you give out, because otherwise you are just wasting money. You're giving folks things and you're not following through. As a business owner, it is up to us to make sure we complete all the steps. And for so many years, I was doing samples so wrong. I was making samples, wax samples, taking all this time, melting them down, making them cute, giving them out, leaving them places with my business card, but I was never getting anybody's contact information, or if I was putting them in orders or mailing them out, I was never following up. Did you get your sample? How did you like it? Well, you know that scent comes in room spray, comes in a scent circle, that comes in this, and this as well, not just the wax special. You know, and let them know different products that it comes in. If we don't let them know, we don't follow through, chances are they're not going to follow through and buy. So make sure you're following up. There are 2 different ways that you can keep up with who you give what sample to. That's a part of a follow-up system. If you are on Amy, if you use the Amy follow-up system, there is a section in there for sampling where you can record what sample you gave to who and when, and that way you can follow up with them a certain amount of time after they received the sample or after you mailed it off. So make sure, if you are an Amy user for your follow-ups, make sure you research and figure out how to use that sample follow-up system. That's a part of that app. Sorry, I'm getting a text. Also, there is a paper. There's multiple different ways you can do it, but there is also a paper version. If you're a pen and paper person, I have a copy of follow-up system for samples if you're a pen and paper person, and I'll be sure to post that as well, so that way you can use that, print it off. You can create your own if you don't really like the way the one that I have is. I am a pen and paper person, but I'm also an Amy follow-up person. So I use Amy for most of my follow-up stuff, but I'm also a pen and paper person when it comes to putting, for my orders. All these are going in my order bags. I have 75 orders that I have to deliver tomorrow. So I don't want to input all that into Amy. It takes too much time. So I already have all of my orders already written down. And so I'm just writing in each one which sample that they get. They're all going to be getting this wax sample. That's what they're going to get, is the Scent of the Month wax sample. So I'm just going to write on that page for all of these orders that they are getting this end of the month wax sample, so that way when I follow up with them on their order, I can just look back in my notebook and see everybody got this particular sample. So you have to figure out what works for you, but I will upload that sheet that I have for sample follow-up if you are a pen and paper person and you decide to do it, but make sure you're following through. But that is the super easy way to do bulk sampling. You don't have to do it neat and pretty. Just make sure it gets done. If you're like me, you want to get as much done as you can and out the door so you can start back working on income producing activities and things that's going to make you money, because just making samples is not going to make you money unless you follow through with it. And I have a lot more stuff that I can be doing for my business than standing here taking an hour to make wax samples. So there's that. But I hope that helps you guys, and I will hop back on or take a picture of the little packets that I've made. They're upstairs. So when I get done doing this and getting samples in my order bags, I will show you the little packets that I am making to put in there with all the things that are happening this month in there for my customers. So anyway, y'all have a good day, and I'll talk with you a little bit later.